Is about writing. Who writes? Anybody write yet? What do you write?
I write my name.
You write your name. What else?
Cards and stuff.
Okay, what's your name start with?
A.
Good. Do you sound out words and try to write? Because you know what? That's a great thing to do. You just try to write and see where you go, right? We're gonna try in a little bit. How about you, Layton?
Well, sometimes I draw weird things. Sometimes I draw ships from Star Wars.
You know what's really fun to do is to draw something and then write about it, even if it's one word.
I draw Obi-Wan and Zena's greatest is God and Zena's greatest is me.
Okay. And what about you, Hunter? Do you write your name? Good.
And then I draw RQ20.
That's great. That's great. And you, Violet, I know you're writing a lot, right? Are you writing stories? Do you draw pictures and write about them? We're going to try to do that later. I want to read you about this little guy named Rocket, and he is a turtle, right? An elephant?
A dog.
A dog. He is a dog. It says Rocket writes a story. And when you write, it's important to know that the name of the author is the person that writes
maybe he
the
forgot
book.
that.
Wait a minute. And who knows what the illustrator does?
Draws the texture.
Right. Well, guess what? I think that Tad Hills is the author and the illustrator of this book. That means he writes the words and draws the pictures. So let's look at Rocket.
Can you read the story?
Rocket loved books. He loved to read them to himself or to sit quietly by his teacher, the little yellow bird. That's his teacher.
Oh,
As she read them aloud. Rocket even liked the way books smelled. When he opened a brand new book, it smelled like a place he'd never been to, like a friend he'd never met. The little yellow bird said, "Books make me sing." Right. Tweet, tweet. Rocket loved words too. After snack time, his teacher would say, "Rocket, why don't you use that nose of yours and sniff out some new words?" And off he'd go. He'd fetch some nice ones like bug, buttercup, feather. Hang on, guys. Hang on 1 minute. Yes, can you fill out the form on the table? Because we need it for a release. Cecilia?
This is Bryn. I'll fill out the form.
Okay, Cecilia. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Here you go, Cecilia and Bryn. Okay, have a seat. We are reading a book. Here you go. Okay. So here he is reading books. Oh, and he wrote the word nest. Why do you think he wrote the word nest? Because why?
Because there's a nest.
Because there's a nest way, way, way up in that tree. Can he get up there?
Maybe. Maybe he can hop.
I don't know. That's really high up for a dog.
No.
Rocket always brought his words back to the classroom and wrote them down. The little yellow bird would help him spell the tricky ones, and then they would hang them on a word tree. So you know what I did when I was in kindergarten teaching it? I had a little box with cards, and I wrote all the words that I wanted to know how to spell and kept them in a box. So if you were writing a book and you forgot how to spell something, you could look for it, and you didn't even have to ask for help. Words like and, or go, or to, or mom, or dad, words that you write a lot. You're going to tell me all the words you can spell. Let's finish reading this. Look at the tree. So he has all his cards with words, and under the word he has a picture. So if this says, what do you think this says? Ant, and there's a picture of an ant. And what do you think this is a?
Nest.
Book.
Book. So all the words. He has nest, he has stick, he has bird, he has cloud, all kinds of great things written down.
Does he have fun?
Rocket left school that day with a really waggy tail. When dogs wag their tail a lot, what does it mean? Right. I'm going to write a story, he said to his friend Fred and Emma. My story is going to be an adventure about the great wide world, he told a butterfly. He's talking to all the animals. I will use many words, he said to Mr. Barker. Is Mr. Barker a good name for a dog?
No.
Mr. Barker? What do dogs do?
Bark.
Great!
So I guess that is.
Hello up there, he said when he passed the tree. I'm going to write a story.
Tell us words.
The next day, Rocky came back to school. It was time to begin. He looked down at the blank page, and the blank page looked up at him, but he had no words on it. At snack time, Rocket said, I don't know what to write, and he told his teacher. He has school outside with his teacher.
That's a small teacher.
Yes, she is a small teacher. Don't worry, the little bird said. One of the hardest parts of writing is coming up with a good idea, but it's also one of the most fun. Maybe you want to write about something you've seen. A bug? Thought Rocket? Yes, said his teacher. Stories need good characters. Or what about something that happened to you? Or what about something you really like? My favorite stick, suggested Rocket. Of course, said the bird. Or anything that inspires me. What does that mean, inspires me? Anybody know?
Darwin.
Okay, what else? Violet, what does inspires mean? Something that makes you want to do something? Something that excites you? What a great idea, said Rocket.
Or something in life.
Rocket took a walk and looked for inspiration. He thought about the friends he knew and the places he'd been. He stuck his nose high in the air and sniffed the breeze. And there it was. He smelled pine needles and feathers. He was inspired. He had an idea. For the rest of the morning, he thought all about feathers and pine needles and pine needles and feathers. Afternoon came and he started to write. In the evening, Rocket followed the beautiful smell until he found himself at the tree with the nest. Hello again, he said. Is anybody home? He heard rustling, but no one answered. I'm sorry to bother you, but I need to tell you that you smell very nice and very inspiring. May I ask who you are? Still nothing. Maybe I'll come back at another time, said Rocket. Do you think anything's up here?
I don't.
What might be in that nest?
A bird? Or maybe a bird that can't talk because it's in an egg.
That's right. At night, as Rocket watched the stars, he thought about feathers and a nest in a pine tree. He thought about his story and all his words. And how do we know it's nighttime?
Just a moon.
The moon and
The stars.
and
Dog.
dark.
And the sun.
Oh!
And I saw it.
Did you see it, Luck? On his way to school the next day, Rocket saw something great. A brand new word. And it's already written down. I'm going to sound it out. Owl! Came a voice from the branches. It says, Owl, that's me! Thank you, Owl, Rocket called. I've always been looking for words, and this is a beauty. So he wrote it here. How do you spell owl?
O.
What makes the what? Right? Oh.
Oh.
L, right. Only 3 words. Owl? Now there's a word you don't hear every day, said Yellowbird. Only 3 letters, but what a word. So he added that to his story. I'm writing a story about you, he said to the owl the next morning. The owl poked her head out of her nest, and for the first time Rocket saw her friendly face. Her eye looked and she said, About me? You're writing about me? Would you like to come down and hear it? Thank you. But I think I'll listen from my nest, the owl said. So Rocket went one. Can you clear your throat? And said, once there was an owl. She smelled like feathers and pine needles, and she lived in a nest in a tree. The owl's eyes got really big. Is there more? She said. There will be. Every day, Rocket worked on his story and wrote words and crossed words out. When he was really happy, he wagged his tail. When he didn't know what to write, he kind of growled. Can you make it growl? Right. Sometimes he drew pictures, and I do see a picture of an owl. See?
I can.
Okay. And sometimes he took a walk to find more ideas. The little yellow bird said, remember, stories take time. You can't write a story in 10 minutes. She wanted to know more about the owl. What do you think the owl is doing? Why won't he come down? What color is her beak? What does she do in her nest every day? Think about that. Well, let's see. Rocket wanted to know more. That's a very good thought. He visited her often and read his story every day when he had new things, and the owl was so happy. And when Rocket stopped, she would say, what happened next? Look, is she even coming down now to see him?
Yes, I can see the owl.
At last, the day came when Rocket knew he was finished. What a great story, said the little bird when she read it. And it's called My First Story by Rocket. Rocket is the author. Rocket ran to the pine tree. I'm done, come listen. And so down came the owl till she was right beside Rocket. Then Rocket began to read. He read about an owl with friendly eyes and a beak the color of a buttercup. She lived in a nest high in a tree on the edge of the meadow and smelled like pine needles and, who remembers? Feathers. She liked to nap in the daytime, and she liked to listen to stories. Branch by branch, the owl came down a little more. She was shy, but she was brave too. Suddenly, Rocket stopped. He wrote something on his paper and then began to read again. One day, the owl came all the way to the ground and became my friend. The owl blinked. Can there be one last sentence, she said. Can you say? And the owl loved the story so much. What a perfect ending, said Rocket, and it was. So what did Rocket do? Wrote a story because he thought about something to write about. So one thing that you can do when you go home, this is such a cool idea. It's called the idea jar. Does everybody have a jar or an empty box or something empty that they can put things in?
I have cardboard.
Cardboard.
At my house.
Okay, I'm sure everybody can or an envelope, anything you can find. And what you do,
I might have none.
oh yeah, I think you might have
That's
something.
none.
Well, you know what to do? Then you get a rubber band or a paper clip and you ask whoever can help you, your mom, your dad, your babysitter, your turtle, your frog, your cat. Whoever can help you write. Can you have a dog or a cat?
I know.
Does anybody have a frog, a turtle, a bird?
I
a dog.
have a dog and one cat.
Well, maybe they can help you write stuff. Do they write?
My babysitter has a dog.
Okay, I'm teasing. A grown-up or an older sister or brother. And anytime you get perfect, when you get inspired, who remembers what inspired means?
Idea.
An idea, you get very excited. You say to somebody, oh, I have an idea. Please write it down, write it down, write it down. And you keep a pile of all your ideas, and then when you're ready, you write a story. And a story can be just pictures. Did anybody here ever look at a book that had no words, only pictures?
I have a baby book that
You could make your own words.
Yes, you can write, you can draw pictures, make your own words.
Actually, I did one with words, but no pictures.
Okay, before I read this, let's give ourselves 5.5 claps. Who remembers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And 7 pats on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hip, hip, idea jar and we keep ideas in it. Because my teacher said a story can be about anything I want. What's this one about?
Astronauts.
A robot, an astronaut? What's this?
A cowboy.
A cowboy or a cowgirl? What do you think that one's about?
A dragon.
A giant dragon. So all these words are going in the jar. Giant and dragon. Okay? When they're ready to write, they take out the idea. There is no such thing as a bad story idea. Everything you think of is a good idea. And there are so many ways to make a story. You can write it. You can draw it. We just talked about that. Can a story just have pictures? Yes.
Yeah.
Can a story just have words?
Yeah.
Can a story have pictures and words?
Yeah. Totally.
You can think it in your head and talk it. Then a giant badger knocked on the door and shouted, "Who has my pink dress?" Well, that's a weird story, but why not? What about a Viking? Everything is better with a Viking. You can even combine your story. He looks bored. Bored Viking. Right?
What does bored mean?
Bored means, oh, I have nothing to do. I'm just going to sit here
Do nothing.
and do nothing. Maybe I'll twiddle my thumbs. But there's
I
always
saw a
stuff to
little
do. You don't
boy
have to be
today.
bored. Yeah, you don't, but you don't have to be bored because you can always find something to do. And it's very important to make up ideas. Otherwise, you can have trouble. When it's part of a story, an idea is happy. Help! Let us out! Right now! Please! Hey, it's getting crowded in here.
And that's a little dog.
But when it's not, oh no, the ideas.
Oh no,
This isn't good. What happened?
Everyone failed out.
They're bailing out of the jar. Ah!
I like those little people.
Oh, here come, oops. One more page. Okay. Watch out. Those are lasers. Duck. Get out of the way. Whoa, there's a big, big lizard. Everybody hide. Look at the ideas. They're coming to life, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a stampede. Run, run, run.
What does stampede mean?
Look, it means all these people and animals are coming and they're pounding and there's so many they're going to knock you down. Look at them. These are all the ideas, but they're such good ideas. These ideas need a story. Will you help? Can you help? Let's start with one idea. Viking. There it is on the board. What is a Viking? What does he do? What does he have?
Fights.
And what else? Where does he go?
Boat.
On the...
Water.
Okay, let's see what she's gonna do. Oh, Viking space robot? Anybody ever hear of a Viking space robot?
Yes.
Then weave in some other things.
Oh, he's fighting this seal.
Well, that was great. Now we turn things up a notch. Who's coming into the story? The dragon. And a horseless cowgirl. She's riding the dragon because she doesn't have a horse. Excellent work. Ready for the big finish?
Yeah.
Wow, you are awesome. Look how happy they are. Now everybody get back in the jar. Let's try a story with more ideas next. So who can give me an idea that they think they would love to write a story about, Corinne? Anything. What's something really cool that you would love to write, draw, talk about? Unicorn. What about you, Cecilia?
Puppy.
Puppy? What about Hunter? Anything?
Puppy.
A puppy for you too, Leighton?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, of course. You love Star Wars. Ava, what's something you would love to just write about or talk about or draw about?
Puppy.
Puppies. How about Violet? Robert?
Likes a lot of things.
You like a lot of things?
Yes.
Well, you know what? You can do what they did. You take all your ideas and put them together in a story. Leighton, thanks for raising your hand. What can I do for
I
you?
also like writing books about knights.
Okay. Here's what I want to show you, and then we're going to go write some stuff, okay? Who knows the Three Billy Goats Gruff story?
I don't know. I know on Star Fox.
Can I show you something? This author wrote this book, The Three Billy Goats Gruff. This author wrote The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Same story, different author, different pictures. This person wrote what? The Three Billy Goats Gruff. And guess what?
Billy Goats.
So how many Billy Goats Gruff books do I have?
4.
All books.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do they all look different?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. What is the same about them? What's the same?
They have the same pictures.
Of the pictures of what?
The troll,
The troll, the Billy Goats. What's the name of the book?
The Billy Goats.
Is that the name of all the books?
No.
The Three Billy Goats Gruff, the Three Billy Goats Gruff, Three Billy Goats Gruff, the Gruff Brothers. So they're really all about the same thing. They all have troll, they all have Billy Goats. What's different about them?
They have different colors.
They have different colors, they have different pictures. You know what I see? What's this number?
3.
Well, over here, this says 3, but it's not the number 3, it's written out, right? And spelled out. I am going to read you just one of these, and then we are going to look at the difference of all of them and decide which one we like the best and why. I'm going to read a short one, okay? Because then we want to look at them all. I'm going to read this one, The Three Billy Goats Gruff, and then we have a job. And then we have some writing, okay? Once upon a time there were 3 Billy Goats. They lived in a valley, and the name of the Billy Goats was?
3 Billy Goats.
Gruff. Their last name was Gruff. There was a very little Billy Goat. Can you do this? Little. And there was grass in the valley, but it was all gone. The Billy Goats wanted to cross the bridge and go to the hillside and get some nice green grass and daisies
I love this one.
so they could eat and get big and fat.
I like this one.
But who lived under the bridge?
Oh, I see that troll.
Who is it?
Yeah.
He's mean and he's ugly.
Ugly.
It means
Oh, I
he's
like
not very pretty to look at. First, the little Billy Goat went across the bridge. Help me. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. And the troll said, "Who's crossing my bridge?" "It's me, little Billy Goat," he said in his very small voice, "and I'm going across to the meadow to get big and fat." "Oh, no, you're not," said the troll. "I'm going to come gobble you up." "Ah! Oh, my goodness, I'm scared." "Oh, please don't take me. I'm so little," said the Billy Goat. "Why don't you wait for my brother, the middle Billy Goat? He's much bigger. He'd be much better meal for you." "Be off with you," said the troll. "Can you help me?" "Be off with you." Okay, so here comes with the little goat. Got the middle goat. You ready? A little later, the middle goat came across the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. "Who's that crossing my bridge?" said the troll. It's only me," the second Billy Goat Gruff said. "I'm going to the meadow to get big and fat." And his voice was not as small as the little one. "Oh, no, you're not," said the troll. "I'm going to gobble you up." "Oh, please don't take me. Wait for my big brother. He's so much bigger." What's the troll say? "Be off with you." Then came the big Billy Goat. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. "Who's that crossing my bridge, said the, who is it? The big, big billy goat. And he's heavy. And the bridge was creaking under him. It is ours, said the big billy goat. And his voice was just as loud as the troll. Now I'm coming to gobble you up. And there he goes. Well, come along, said the billy goat. I have 2 horns and 4 hard hooves. Let's see what you can do. What do you think's going to happen?
I think he tossed him in the water.
He could toss him in the water. What else?
He could kick him in the water.
He could kick him in the water. What else?
And punch him in the water.
Yeah, okay. Anything else? Who's going to win? Who do you think?
I think the troll. He has big horns and strong.
He has big horns and he's stronger than the troll. You guys are betting on the billy goat?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody betting on the troll?
No.
No. Okay. Ready? Let me just sit.
I'm betting on the troll. I just saw it. Well, I'm not.
Up climbed the mean, ugly troll. And the big billy goat Gruff put his head down and butted him with his horns and trampled him with his hooves and tossed him over
The wall.
into the water over the bridge. Were you guys right?
Yeah.
Yes, give yourself a hand. Good job. You got it right.
But it's 6.5.
We will. Then the billy goat went up the hill to join his brothers. In the meadow, the billy goats ate all the green grass. So snip, snap, snout, the tale is told out. Do you want to see a silly song that goes with this? And then we're going to look at the books. Okay, ready? 1 little billy goat, 2 little billy goats, 3 little billy goats, all named Gruff. 1 was a little one, 1 was a middle one, 1 was a big one. They never had enough. Oh, they never had enough green grass to eat. Oh, they never had enough green grass to eat. Oh, they never had enough green grass to eat. So they crossed the river to where the grass was sweet. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. Who's crossing my bridge? Who's crossing my bridge? Who's crossing my bridge? Trip, trap, trip. I said the little goat. Well, Mr. Billy Goat, here I come and I'm gonna eat you up. But the little Billy Goat said, don't do that. But the little Billy Goat said, don't do that. But the little Billy Goat said, don't do that. Wait for my brother's big and fat. Here comes the middle one. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. Who's crossing my bridge? Who's crossing my bridge? Who's crossing my bridge? Trip, trap, trip. I said the middle goat. Well, Mr. Billy Goat, here I come and I'm gonna eat you up. But the middle Billy Goat said, don't do that. But the middle Billy Goat said, don't do that. But the middle Billy Goat said, don't do that. Wait for my brother's big and ready? Here comes the big brother. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. Who's crossing my bridge? Who's crossing my bridge? Who's crossing my bridge? Trip, trap, trip. I said the big goat. Well, Mr. Billy Goat, here I come and I'm gonna eat you. But the big Billy Goat made a Billy Goat sound. But the big Billy Goat made a billy goat sound, but the big billy goat made a billy goat sound. Get your head ready. He ran at the troll and knocked him on the ground. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip. One little billy goat, two little billy goats, three little billy goats, all named Gruff. One was a middle one, one was a middle one, one was a big one. They always had enough. Oh, they always had enough green grass to eat. Oh, they always had enough green grass to eat. Oh, they always had enough green grass to eat. 'Cause they crossed the river to where the grass was sweet. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to this book. Let me open to this page with the 3 billy goats. Let's see, let's get this book. What do they look, oh my. Let me find the 3 billy goats and tell me how they look different in this book. Here's one. Let's see if we can find. Well, let's look at the troll in this one. Where are you, troll?
I saw the troll's head.
Oh, here's the troll. See him?
Yeah.
Let's get the troll in this. Here's this one. What do you think? Which one do you like better? Which one do you think looks mean? What do you think?
That one. This one.
This one looks more like he's really nasty. All right, let's see also what this illustrator did with the billy goats. What do the billy goats have in this one? They have baseball caps, right? And there goes the troll too at the end. So he's getting knocked on the ground. So let's I'm going to put this book down here. Let's look at the troll in the other books. And let's see which one we like. Oh, look where they knocked the troll this book. Where'd they knock him? What planet is that with a ring?
Saturn.
Okay, it might be Saturn.
Saturn.
Okay, so let's look at this one. Let's see if this one is scary or if it's nice. Oh, here's the troll on this one. What do you guys think?
He's the nice.
He looks the nicest so far to you, Bryn? Does he look the nicest to you?
Yeah.
He's scary and he's mean and he's rotten, but he's not as creepy.
Scary to me. He looks funny to me.
Yes, he does.
He looks
almost
like a
funny.
zombie.
Oh, okay. And here's the billy goats. Do you see a difference in how the illustrator drew them? So when you're writing your book and drawing pictures, they can be so different. And I have one more to show you, okay? Let's look at the last one.
I think this is really.
Look at the billy goats in this book. What do you think?
They're gonna be real.
They look more real to you?
They're a movie.
Okay. Okay, and let's see if I can find the troll in this one. Oh, look at this troll. He's really skinny. What do you think? What does he look like?
Yeah. He looks like a long nosed person.
Yes, he has such a long nose.
He looks like a goblin.
He looks like the goblin, and look at his fingernails, and his ear, and
He
his
looks
hair.
really not
I
nice.
see Leighton making a face. I agree. He's kind of creepy, right?
Yeah.
I would never
want to meet him.
You would never want to meet him. Me neither, Robert. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to give you guys a piece of paper, okay? And it looks like this, and it says my story, okay? So what I want you to do is think in your head.
Do we have to write the words? Or
Well, what do you think goes in this box? A picture. And if you can write the words down here, that's great. If
I
you,
already have an idea.
if you can just do the beginning. So what did you tell me you wanted to write about before? A unicorn. What does unicorn start with?
You.
Well, then draw a beautiful unicorn, write the letter U.
Well, I don't have.
Star Wars. What does Star Wars start with?
S.
There you go.
P. Puppies.
Yup, P for puppy. So right, just sound them out, and I'm going to walk around and help you. Yes.
I don't know how to draw a unicorn.
Well, think. What's a unicorn have?
I'm going to draw a Star Wars ship.
Okay. So I would like, let's see.
I may draw some.
How about a 3 couple sit at that table. 1, 2. How about the girls sit at this table? And the boys sit at this table. That will split us up. Okay, girls, right here. Just that way we have 3 and 4. Yep, have a seat. And I'm going to give you the paper, and I'm going to get you some colored pencils. You can draw whatever you want. This is your story. Do you remember what that person said? Any ideas that you want. Okay, so, but you know what I'm going to ask you to do? I'm going to ask you to draw your picture with colored pencils. And when you try to write your words, to use this kind of pencil, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm
here's-
not going to write the word.
or the letter for the words. And if you need more colors, you can get up and look at it. I'm going to put this here. All right, you guys. Think of your idea. Think of a really good idea.
I'm going to draw the ship thing.
Okay. And then here's some pencils to write the words, okay? Here you go. Can you reach? Okay.
I'm just waiting for my piece of paper.
There, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna draw a shape.
Hey, you know what? It's
that
okay to
looks
sit and think for a few minutes before you
right
start.
on the shelf.
Come up with a really good idea. You do. Okay. Come up with a great idea. Write your story.
I know how to draw.
And what should you write on your paper somewhere? You are the author and the illustrator, so I need your name. Okay? Put your name right up at the top. How's that? Perfect. Okay, put your name right up at the top.
Maybe I should draw a person.
Okay, sure. Anything that you want.
So,
How we doing?
start with
Do I see a rainbow coming? Okay. Ooh, ooh, a what?
puppy.
A puppy with a P. Right, now listen, pup, pup, pup. There's more than one P. You might want to put 2 P's for puppy. And what do you think it ends with? Pup.
There.
E. Okay, put an E. Anybody else? Grass so far? What else? A rainbow. Violet, what are you doing? A what? Oh, a bunny. Excellent. How are we doing over
We have a
here?
bunny.
Hunter, what are you drawing?
Star Wars ship.
Okay. Ooh, we have a couple of Star Wars people here. And what about you, Robert? What are you thinking about?
I'm drawing my dad.
Oh, that's really cool.
Also,
And you
I'm
can write
making
it.
the Death Star.
And I see that you put an S there, Hunter. Very nice.
Oh, I'm going to write a
Is
lot
it
of
Star
things
Wars lightsaber?
talking about S's.
Wait until you see his face.
Oh, I can't wait. You let me know when it's done.
Oh, looks
Very
like Darth
nice. Are
Maul.
you doing a puppy?
That's
Then
because
you
it
use
is.
this pencil when you're
I
done
like
and write
the,
pup, pup, pup,
That's
pup.
Count Dooku.
And you're doing a rainbow.
Hello.
Yes, unicorn. What's it start with?
Now, I should draw
Maybe
me
you.
too.
Now listen,
I need help.
No, you're right there. Okay.
I know what's in the middle.
Guys,
of
write
puppy.
anything you think. You're not wrong. Cup.
Corn.
Cup.
So let's see.
Oh, good girl. There are 2 letters that make that sound, but that's the right one. Cor. Now say unicorn and tell me what it ends with.
Unicorn.
I think I got him.
You got it. What are we doing over here? What would you like help with?
Well, I just was trying to make diamonds. I need some space inside.
I think you're doing great. Robert, who's with your dad? Is it you?
This is me, that's Dad.
Perfect. Then you're going to write Dad and Robert, or Dad and me. Perfect. How are we doing? Yes. Puppy. Good. Oh, very good. That's so good. Do you want to draw you next to the puppy, or somebody else, or another animal? Oh my goodness. That's terrible. Do you want another color?
Oh, I messed up. Great.
Yeah, that happens.
Now you guys gonna mess up Blake in it.
There's my mom.
There, that's
Army.
him.
I'm making a flower.
And can you write, Robert, can you write Dad or Daddy and then write me?
I can write. What does Dad start with? D, and how do we spell the whole thing?
Well, write your D.
D-A-D.
on the lines.
D-A.
Yes, over there. Good job. I hear you.
What are you drawing?
I'm just trying to, make diamonds on his face, so
These are great. Now listen.
make tiny
Robert, what
diamonds.
makes the ah sound?
A.
Yes.
Will you help me make
Watch.
tiny diamonds?
This is a diamond.
I was looking for that. I
Okay.
was looking for how to spell that.
Okay.
I know our lesson. D.
We might have to do the tiny diamonds. They have to be like this
I
one.
love famous moose salad.
Okay, it's like a square,
A.
but it's, see, it's a square, but it's turned around. Dad.
So will you
Good
write
job,
that
Robert.
inch so I know how
Good.
many inches?
So you want it like this size?
Okay.
Like that?
No, like
Well,
probably.
you make it in between. Try, show me. Show me one line from that. And can you write Robert or can you
Yes,
write me? You choose.
R-O-B-E.
Oh, go ahead. Write it.
And I can
Oh,
follow it.
that's so great.
And I can follow it.
Nicely done, puppy. Bless you. Very good. Guys, you have a few more minutes to work.
I know how my whole name goes. I mean, I can spell my last name.
Here, write it down here. Go ahead.
I did it.
That's very
it.
good.
What if you draw Don Juan?
I am going to let your moms and whoever's here come
Qui-Gon
in,
and
grandmas,
Obi-Wan fighting
and watch you finish for
Did
5
you draw
minutes. Keep
somebody
working.
fighting him?
Okay? Keep working.
No, you're supposed to be fighting a different person.
Well, who did he draw him? Did
They
he
are
draw
finishing
the...
I'm trying to make his face right now. I'm gonna
Oh,
color
you
the
guys
man
are
with
doing
red.
such a good job.